All right. Biden escalates Ukraine war to sabotage Trump. I don't think that's why it is. Just so everybody knows, everybody's freaking out. Everybody's losing their mind over the decision to let Ukraine launch our attack missiles. I will use those points in a second, okay? CDN. But like everyone's freaking out over the fact that we're allowing them to lob missiles now. But it's not a bad thing that we're letting them. We should have been able to let them do that since like day one. Okay, they were being invaded, and we were too scared of Russia, escalating the war. But like every time Russia escalates the war, we allow Ukraine to do a little bit extra, right? And then they say we're the ones escalating, and then they escalate the war, and then we allow Ukraine to do something else, or we give them a different kind of weapon, and then they say that we're the ones escalating it. Russia is the one routinely escalating this war. Do we really want a nuclear war, though? Andrew Davis, I will give that full take in a second. But at the end of the day, no, we don't want a nuclear war. But also at the end of the day, we're probably not going to have a nuclear war. Russia, like for all of its political, like bad decisions that you've made over the past couple of years, they only go so far as what they think that they can get away with. Nobody in Russia is stupid enough to think that they could get away with a nuclear strike. Their own allies, right? Their own allies in China and in North Korea and in Iran, like all of these like allied countries that are their only lifeline. Okay, wait, what did I do now, Jimmy D? What did I do? I'm not even crying. I'm just explaining something. But yeah, like when all of these other nations that they're relying on is their only lifeline to the outside world, right? Are saying like, hey, there are lines that you cannot cross. Even Russia is being like hamstrung in some ways, obviously not to the degree that we're hamstringing Ukraine, but like China does not want to deal with a world where Russia nukes Ukraine or nukes a Western allied nation. It would be over for Russia in less than 24 hours, I would say. Let them have the Donbass and create a demilitarized zone like North Korea. No, I think that Ukraine has the right to fight until it feels like it no longer can fight. And we should find any way possible to help them with negotiations towards that end. Will it probably mean giving up part of the Donbass or creating that as a demilitarized zone? Probably. But also, we should be supporting Ukraine like crazy. Because remember, oh, and you know what? I even shared his post about this. There's a really smart guy I like who goes by Ryan Macbeth because that's his name. Let me see here. Premium. Go to my likes. I don't know if I retweeted it, but I definitely liked it. There we are.
And one easy.
So really quick, if you don't know who this guy is, he's former military. He works in, like military technology. I think he's working on something to do with medical drones delivering bags of blood to injured soldiers right now, So yeah, he has a lot of knowledge when it comes to the
political.
Why I didn't even click you? Why are you playing? He has a very big background in all of this stuff. Okay. If we threaten their sovereignty enough, they will have nothing to lose. I do believe they would in that situation. Yeah, if we threatened their sovereignty, but we're not threatening their sovereignty. We're not allowing them to take over another nation. If we were invading them, yeah, they would probably use nukes at that point. But they're not going to use nukes over this because there's literally no reason for them to. It would hurt them more than it would help them. And McFiston in my Twitch chat is 1,000,000% right. What the 5,000th threat Russia made about nukes? They didn't nuke us when we sent them Abrams tanks. They didn't nuke us when we gave them Shadow Storm missiles. They didn't nuke us when we gave them, the Leopard tanks or any of the other things, the F-16s. At the end of the day, I think that maybe they're just trying to make people like you scared that we're going to get into a nuclear war so that they can do whatever the they want. But they captured many of those tanks and trolled us? No. Oh man, you actually like eat up so much of the Russian propaganda. Like they haven't lost that many of the Western tanks. There have been some that have been damaged. I think that there's been one Abrams tank that got captured, one Leopard tank that got captured, but I don't think that they got a Challenger. I don't think that they've fully destroyed but one of the Western tanks. I don't know if they've been able to repair the other ones, but like they've only fully destroyed one, maybe two, you know? Keep poking the bear and you will find out. Well, if Russia wants to do the biggest move in the entire world, drop a nuke on either a Western allied nation or on Ukraine, then Russia can watch all of its allies stop giving them anything. India won't be buying their gas anymore. China has already said not to go to the nuclear route, so they'll probably stop supporting them because they don't want to be associated with the people that decide to drop a nuke in an aggressive manner since they were the ones that invaded. Like, at the end of the day, Russia would be shooting themselves, literally nuking themselves into the... Do we actually know the real reason they attacked in the first place? Probably they're just like trying to expand their sphere of influence. That's the only consistent reason that I could think of. I don't think that there's any like deeper meaning to it than that. They wanted to expand their influence, and they did not like the fact that that Yanukovych was ousted. They didn't like the fact that their separatists that they backed from 2014 to 2018 weren't able to do anything, so they put their own soldiers on the ground thinking that would do something. Those soldiers weren't able to do anything, so at the end of the day, they were like, well, we gotta like get a quick victory here, so they thought that they could just invade and take it over, and then all their tanks started falling apart, and then it became a quagmire for them, so yeah. Russia doesn't need to use nukes. They have plenty of other munitions to use. Well, they have plenty of munitions, but a lot of them are made in North Korea and have like a 30% dud rate, so...
Here's how you end up in a war with China in one...
Hold on, really quick. Just Andrew Davies. I didn't say territory, right? I didn't say territory. I said sphere of influence, right? I don't think that they want to like turn Ukraine into a literal part of Russia, right? I think they want Ukraine to be like Belarus, right? Basically like Russia light, where Russia has basically control over what they do and what they say and, you know, where their politics goes and who they support. Yeah, that's what I think that they want. A buffer zone? No, it's more like a vassal state. No way, you unbanned me, Sansol? It's me, EB3. I don't know who EB3 is. Right of reply? I'm sorry. Remind me. I have no idea who you are. I'm not trying to be like a bitch about it. Like I've had a very like hard like year. Okay, we clashed a while back. Oh, okay, gotcha. Okay, 1 second. Let me watch this real quick.
Here's how you end up in a war with China in one easy tweet. Political commentator Charlie Kirk put out a letter to Russia saying he only wants peace. I'm at a NATO conference in Brussels right now, and one of the things I've learned is that if we do not support Ukraine, we will be fighting China in 2 or 3 years. China intends to invade Taiwan in October 2027 or April of 2028. China is actively destroying American manufacturing jobs. They are putting deadly chemicals on our street, and they think we are weak. If we don't support Ukraine, they will think we are even weaker, and they will take that as a green light that they could invade Taiwan in 2027 or 2028, and we won't do anything about it. The fact is that arming Ukraine now with weapons, not even soldiers, just weapons, puts America first, because ultimately it will deter China, and that will save American lives.
True. Look, I'm for a free Ukraine, but not at the risk of American lives. Yeah, like he said, I don't think that we should be putting U.S. troops in a hot war with Russia by any means, okay? Well, Taiwan has our chips, yeah, but like this is kind of like a litmus test, right? Like how far is the United States willing to go to defend its allies and its friends, right? We had a very like friendly relationship with Ukraine leading up to the initial invasion of Ukraine in 2014, and throughout that time until like today, we've had a very close relationship with them. people talk about them being corrupt and, they're an Eastern European nation, post-Soviet state, blah, 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 blah. But like in terms of like the capital L liberalization, because I know I have a lot of conservatives that watch me on YouTube, in terms of like the capital L liberation that the, what do you call them? The Ukrainians have been doing, free trade and becoming friendlier with the West and, more capitalism, less cronyism, et cetera, et cetera. Like they had been making great strides towards that end. They weren't, I don't even know if they were good yet, right? Like if they had like gotten rid of a lot of it, but they were on that path. They were making like good steps towards, and good faith steps towards that end, right? And we were helping them with that. If we sell them out like we sold out the Kurds, right? Then China's going to be like, well, they probably don't have an appetite to help with Taiwan. You're an idiot. America first, LOL. Sorry, maybe I missed something. Are you saying America needs to defend its allies regardless of your America first? Yeah, I agree with that. But why are you saying, who said America first? Do you think Putin will give Trump any wins here for optics? I don't know. I think that the thing with Russia and Trump is, it just depends on who is licking his ear last. Ukraine and Zelensky only came to, no, Zelensky was elected actually. So, well, EB3, next time I'm able to stream, which I don't know when that's going to be, we can have a conversation about it. Okay. Oh, wait, we just watched this. We're done with that. Let's watch Breaking Points.
At the same time, this.
Wait, hold on. Also, someone said, like, schizo, mental illness chatter. Like, someone remind me who he is. Because if it's someone who's, like, going to, like, make it difficult for me to have, like, future job prospects, I probably don't want to talk to that person. No offense to you if you're not that person. Right? Like, I don't know who you are. No offense, because I just talked to a fuckload of people over the years. But yeah, like, I have, a future ahead of me. You do know who I am? Brother, you do know how oh, you mean like once I see like either your face, your channel, or like a profile picture or something. I'm just really bad at remembering specific conversations. What do you think of, I don't know anything about England because I'm an American and we already broke from them once. So, fuck them. Okay?